I loved him very much because he is kind of a spiritual master to me. I lost him months ago. Being humans, we feel grief and pain when we lost someone we love. It was a shock, really, for me to hear that Brother Thomas passed away. We feel grief, feel pain, but we cannot deny God's plan. We cannot plan just something which is not in His sight, not in His plans. We need to submit, we need to accept the things what God has planned for us. That is the real thing in discipleship, and Elisha followed it. We can see his perseverance and consistency in his faith. He is very clear in that. Secondly, I want you to appreciate when the company of prophets came to him, and they were telling, I don't know why they kept on telling this. Do you know your master, your beloved one, is going to be taken away from you? Rather, it's a bit disappointing question for him, for Elisha. But he doesn't seem very disappointed. He was very clear and consistent in his faith. Yes, I know. Don't talk about it. It's not the time to talk about, various things about it. I know. It's God's will. He is very clear in his views. His master is taken away after some time. And they came to Jericho. The company of the prophets at Jericho went up to Elisha and asked him, do you know the Lord is going to take your master from you today? In our work, in our ministry, some people who doesn't have real vision, they come to us and ask and try to put some unnecessary thoughts that draw you down from your faith. Do you know that really God works in your life? Do you get any social respect if you do this work? Do you get any reward if you do this work? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. We are not working for all the rewards. We are not working for all the awards. Otherwise, we are working for the Lord. Yeah, we are just waiting for the day that He would come and say, "Oh, my servant, I'm very happy with what you have done for me." The day would come, He will come and ask you, "Timothy, what have you done for me for all these years? I have given you life. I have given you everything. Did you prepare someone for my kingdom? Have you done anything good for me?" I just believe whatever we do in His discipleship, we should have a clear picture and let the God do His will, accomplish His will in our lives and in our works. And then go third character of Elisha. 50 men of the 7th verse. 50 men of the company of the prophets went and stood at a distance, facing the place where Elijah and Elisha had stopped at Jordan. Elijah took his cloak, rolled it up, and struck the water with it. The water divided to the right and to the left, and the two of them crossed over the dry ground. When they had crossed, Elijah said to Elisha, "Tell me, what can I do for you before I am taken from you?" "Let me inherit a double portion of your spirit," Elisha replied. You know, the other day I was trying to explain about the motives behind a Christian life we should have to my children. You know, there were the days, there will be a day where we say, God, haven't we performed great things for you? Haven't we done great things for you? I think it's there in Matthew 7:22. "Not every who says to me, Lord, Lord, will I enter the kingdom of heaven, but only he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will say to me on the day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and your name drive out demons and perform many miracles?" Someone said, demons flee away when they see you. They get frightened. The dangerous motives in you, they get frightened of you. So they might have gone away. It's not by me. It's not by the Lord. Many say, we have done that, we have done this. Their motives are for personal promotion. It is to promote themselves. It is not the Lord. But when we see Elisha, his motive appears good in the sight of the Lord. He wanted to do more things for God when his master is taken away. Finally, I want you to appreciate the final thing. He took the cloak, he took the mantle from his master. If you think of the story, the history, which is written in this passage, this mantle is a symbol of authority, God's authority. This mantle is the responsibility that is given by his master. He took the cloak. As they were walking along and talking together, suddenly a chariot of fire and horses of fire appeared and separated the two of them. And Elijah went up to heaven in a whirlwind. Elisha saw this and cried out, my father, the chariots and horsemen of Israel. And Elijah saw him no more. And then he took hold of his own clothes and tore them apart. He felt grief that his beloved master is taken away. We feel the same sometimes. But I want you to remind and keep it in your mind that if anything that causes grief and pain in your heart, and if it is in the will of God, we need to accept it.